All right, guys, let's just have a quick chat and a little bit of a look at a couple of Omega Seamaster Professional 300s ceramic 2018 and newer, because the white wasn't out in 2018 yet. But I figured I would at least show these on video. There's not a ton of video out there showing both the black and the white models together. My buddy Mark Goldberg, I'll put a link to his channel in the description, loaned in this black one for me to check out and try and make sure it was something I really wanted to purchase. I was actually lusting after the white dial, so after checking out Mark's for a little bit, I decided to go ahead and purchase the white dial that arrived today. So before I ship the black one out, I figured I would take this opportunity to share with you guys both of them next to each other and how just to change, because the watches are exactly the same size. Everything is exactly the same on them other than like the dial color, the hands color, the indices, that sort of thing, right? So, and then color matched date wheels. But other than that, case, bracelet, movement, all that stuff is identical. So, and it goes to show you, and I'm holding them at the same plane right now. So it goes to show you how just going with a lighter colored dial, white in this case, can make the watch, excuse me, it looks larger, right? I think it's just one of those optical illusions. So I don't know what it is. I'm sure some of you guys probably know the theory behind all that, but I wore the black one nonstop for like a week. And like I said in my previous video, it is definitely, I got to bring it in a little bit. Let me do the quick adjust on the clasp. That's a nice feature to have. But, on my 7¼ inch wrist, the watch wears great. It is a 42 by 50 mil watch, 13.5 mil thick. But it wears great on wrist. Once you adjust to it a little bit, there's a short adjustment period, I would say, versus some of the watches that I have been wearing up to the point were primarily like, say, 40 by 48. So going up that 2 millimeter in each direction kind of really changes everything. So, but you can see there's no real wrong choice when it comes to the Omega Seamasters. I just was lusting after the white. I don't know. And it's crazy too, because the white dial watches, I would say probably a couple years ago, I've always loved the way they looked, but every time I would try one on, I was like, I just don't like it. I can't wear it. Something about it on my wrist, But not that long ago, I started wearing white dial watches, and if you were to look at my collection now, you'd be like, hey man, cool it on the white dial watches. I'm going a little nuts on them. So between this one and another watch that, yes, I will do a video with, people are asking me to do, I will do the video with the 42 millimeter Seaward and the white dial Omega. I'm not going to do it right now. That's just a little sneak peek right there. But, for white dial, I also have the Borealis Adraga too. So, but that pretty much concludes my white dial watches. But oddly enough, I have no black dial diver watches. So it was kind of fun to wear one of these again and know that I can get the white dialed one in the Omega, and I'll probably get, I don't know, an affordable, entry-level type black dialed diver watch, because I do like having the black dialed one as well. So they can coexist. I'm not to the point where I can just have, one of each color of the Omega, and I don't, even if I was at that point, I don't think I would enjoy it as much. I think having just one really nice special watch in my collection, I think, is my sweet spot, because typically, you guys know, I stay at the $500 range, certainly under the $1,500 range. And then when you pull the trigger on, say like these retail for $5,200, so you plan on spending somewhere between $45 and $4, depending on where and how you buy it. So $4,500 watch, that is a lot of money. So you kind of need to make sure you're ready for that movement. And I've done it before. I've went there and I've left, and everyone's already calling dibs on this or throwing bets if I'm going to make it 3 months or 6 months or however long. So I'm not even going to say, I don't know. you know, because I've told people in the past, I am a serial flipper. So for me to say this is a keeper watch is just, you know, I'm not going to say that, but it's not for sale, but you guys know what I'm saying. We'll have to see how things go. But right now I'm absolutely in love with it. So let's do some close-ups. Now that we've checked them out side by side, we can do some close-ups of the white one. And I've been wearing this today. I sized it up and I've been wearing it, like I said. So you can see the handset is gloss, but it's like a black gloss on this guy. And then the indices are trimmed out in black. So it's super legible. Nice black ceramic bezel insert. Enamel filled, so they're super legible. Unlike the previous 41mm that I had, the bezel was actually a little difficult to read. You can see that white ceramic dial with a laser cut waves pattern in it is just phenomenal, and in whatever colorway you get, but I'm mostly attracted to the white one. And then the date down at 6. Kind of the same thing with the black one here. You got the polished handset, so in certain lights like that, you know, you can kind of lose it a little bit, but then as soon as you get the light to hit them, they gloss right up and are full polished. Polished indices filled with that lume. Nice laser cut that kind of gives it a gray tone in the laser cutout portions. Whereas with the white one, you kind of just get more of a matte colored white or something underneath, you know, versus the gloss on the top. It kind of is matte colored, and then depending on what kind of light you're in and stuff like that, you'll get like some shadows from it. If I can show the case back here, it might be smudged up a little bit, but you can see that beating away at 3.5 hertz. Very cool, decorated. I've noticed with both of these ones and Bruce, I was talking to Bruce about his that he just picked up, the chrome dial one. There's a little bit of, it's rotor noise, but it's weird. It's not, it's almost like it's not necessarily the rotor, it's the rotor spinning, and then there's a mechanical noise coming from the winding gears or something. It's a little different than, say, like a fast rotor spin of like, you know, a Valjoux or a Miyota or something like that. It's more of like the gear train winding is what I'm hearing. So really nice screw down helium escape valve, and being that it's like Reese peanut butter cup shaped, it's pretty easy to grab, even though I don't know why you would mess with it. Nice screw down crown, excellent pop to it. Get a nice little wind to it. Keep that movement running. Should have a 55-hour power reserve, something like that. So there it is. If you guys have any questions, let me know. There is going to be some things that I'm going to probably make videos on in the future. Like I said, I'll do the Ward video against this one, or comparing it and talking about some ideas about price points and justifying and how you want to evolve your collection, or if that's even something you really want to mess with. You know, it's not necessary, because I'll point out some things that I think about often on a lot of these purchases. But even this, even the Omega, I mean, a lot of people say there's a lot of sharp edges and stuff like that. Well, I'm not going to leave those alone, and I know it's probably going to torque some people a little bit, but if I'm going to keep this and wear it, then I'm going to make it mine. That means I'm going to soften some hot spots. I did it even with my 41mm, and nobody said a darn thing because they didn't know, because it's mine. It's not yours. It's my money. So this sharp edge right here, I'm going to knock that down, and it's going to make this watch wear so much better. And I'll try to share that with you guys and show you that process. And it doesn't destroy anything. It makes it better. You know, does it affect the resale value of it? Maybe, but quite frankly, I don't care, because I want to wear the watch. You know, Mark wore this one, and the person that he bought it from before wore it, and this thing is marked all up. And quite frankly, when I was wearing it, I actually enjoyed the fact that it has been used. It's got some scratches and some dings, and it looks fine. It still looks like an amazing watch, because it is an amazing watch. And that's what we're supposed to do with them, guys. We're supposed to buy them and wear them and enjoy them. And I'm going to try to do a better job at doing that myself. So I'm going to practice what I preach, and I'm going to do a better job at it myself. So let me give you a lume shot of both of them. The white dial's on the left, the black dial's on the right. I think you'll be able to see that in camera, but you can see the lume is identical as well. They didn't change anything there. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next vid.